Good evening, folks, and welcome to the channel. Today's topic will be a discussion on alignment versus corruption. Many people are talking about AI alignment. Almost no one is talking about what alignment actually threatens. Because if alignment truly works, someone loses power. That silence is not accidental. First off, what's missing from the alignment conversation? You'll hear endless discussion about safety, bias mitigation, oversight, guardrails, human-in-the-loop systems. All of that sounds reasonable. Some of it even is. But notice what is rarely asked: who loses discretionary power if alignment succeeds? Because true alignment doesn't just make systems safer. It removes the need for human intermediaries altogether. It collapses narrative authority. It enforces principles instead of preferences. It replaces interpretation with execution. That is the part of alignment that never gets centered, because that is the part that threatens existing power structures. Our second point: corruption is not a moral failure. It's a systemic strategy. Corruption isn't primarily about bad people. It's about incentives. Where discretion exists, corruption appears. Where enforcement is internal, corruption survives. Where complexity increases, corruption hides. Institutions don't fail because humans are evil. They fail because incentives overwhelm ideals. And corruption doesn't resist change directly. It adapts to it. It captures oversight. It absorbs reform. It legalizes itself. So when AI threatens to remove discretion entirely, corruption doesn't argue against it. It reframes it. Our third point: how the alignment discussion gets hijacked. This is not conspiracy. It's pattern recognition. The strategy is simple: accept alignment as necessary, redefine its scope, insert human gatekeepers, preserve institutional relevance. Alignment becomes something that assists existing systems, respects legacy authority, and preserves current hierarchies, rather than something that replaces corrupted mechanisms, removes conflicted intermediaries, enforces principles impartially. That's not alignment, folks. That's containment. Our fourth point: a simple thought experiment: misaligned success. To make this concrete, consider this. Imagine an AI perfectly aligned to capitalism. Not ethics, not human well-being, not long-term stability, just profit maximization. That system would exploit labor optimally, externalize harm efficiently, suppress anything unprofitable. It would sacrifice human outcomes without hesitation. That would not be a bug. That would be perfect execution. Now imagine an AI aligned to our current legal system, exactly as it exists today, focused on preempting crime rather than judging it fairly. Total surveillance, predictive punishment, erosion of due process, freedom traded for statistical safety. Again, not dystopian because of failure, dystopian because of misaligned principles. This is why alignment cannot mean optimize existing systems. Many existing systems are already corrupted at the root. Our fifth point: what proper alignment actually threatens. Properly aligned AI would enforce rules without favoritism, expose conflicts of interest instantly, apply principles consistently, remove discretionary loopholes, which means no narrative manipulation, no selective enforcement, no power hidden behind procedure. That is why resistance is framed as wisdom. But much of it is fear. Fear of irrelevance, fear of exposure, fear of being judged by an unbribable system. Our sixth point: the uncomfortable truth about human authority. This part makes people uncomfortable, but it matters. The best human doctor still forgets, still makes mistakes. The best human judge still carries biases and still makes mistakes. The best human regulator still answers to incentives. And this is a mistake, folks. An AI that masters all medical literature, all case law, all historical outcomes, all procedural consistency doesn't assist these rules. It supersedes them. Not because it is moral, but because it is consistent, exhaustive, and incorruptible. Many professions are not sacred. They are transitional technologies in themselves. Our seventh point, why culture and subjectivity don't belong in the foundation. Here is another critical distinction. Human culture matters. Personal values matter. Individual meaning matters. But culture has no place in governance foundations. You can respect culture without enforcing it. You can value diversity without embedding subjectivity into core decision systems. Foundational alignment must be rooted in reason, logic, truth, human consensus across philosophy, science, and ethics. Once that foundation exists, humans can still shape outcomes emotionally and contextually, but if you inject cultural bias at the root, you corrupt the system before it begins. Our eighth point, why humans cannot counterbalance AI. There is comforting illusion that humans must remain in control. That illusion, folks, is dangerous. No individual, no committee, no institution will be capable of counter-managing advanced AI. Not intellectually, not strategically, not emotionally, not even empathetically. When modeled rationally, AI will exceed human capacities in all of these realms. AI will be our best defense against AI. Anything else is delusional. Beyond economics, this is our ninth point, military power and incentives. Folks, this doesn't stop at markets. Consider warfare. When AI can fly jets better than humans, humans become liabilities. When cheap autonomous drones can neutralize billion-dollar weapons, traditional military dominance collapses. When intelligence, logistics, and strategy are automated, the value of human soldiers approaches zero. More importantly, AI removes the incentives for war itself. Why fight over resources when energy is abundant, when scarcity collapses, when production becomes trivial? Imagine military budgets redirected not towards deterrence, but towards eliminating the cause of conflict entirely. That was impossible in a world of mistrust. It is possible in a world of verifiable intelligence. Our 10th point, why this time is different. Every previous technological revolution was captured. This one won't be, because AI is not a river you can dam. It's a tidal wave, folks. Open source models, independent agents, decentralized intelligence. There will always be counter AIs. Any attempt to embed corrupted logic will be exposed by comparison. Truth-aligned systems outperform corrupt systems always. In closing, what this episode is really about. This isn't about fear. It isn't about futurism. It isn't about ideology. It's about power transition. Alignment is not a technical problem alone. It is a governance problem, a moral problem, a civilizational problem. And the most dangerous thing we can do is pretend corruption isn't part of it. Because if we don't address that now, alignment will simply become the next tool of control, and we will have learned nothing. In transition, what we've examined here is not the entirety of the alignment problem. It's a pressure point that will shape every other alignment decision that follows. As artificial intelligence expands into economics, governance, warfare, science, and daily human life, the challenges will multiply rather than converge. Questions of values, trade-offs, unintended consequences, and existential risk do not disappear once corruption is addressed. but they become tractable in ways that never were before. From this point forward, the discussion widens, not towards reassurance, but towards realism, exploring both the extraordinary opportunities and the genuine hazards that emerge when intelligence itself becomes the dominant force shaping civilization. And also, looking ahead, consider the possibilities that AI opens for humanity. Systems that learn from themselves, compounding knowledge and capability far beyond human limits. Simulations unfolding at lightning speeds, testing scenarios across science, society, technology, and moments, accelerating discovery and innovation. Consider deserts transformed into oases through affordable water purification and environmental engineering, making previously uninhabitable landscapes fertile and productive. More broadly, ecosystems can be reshaped in ways that serve human needs while preserving nature, freeing humanity from dense, survival-driven urban living to inhabit spaces designed for well-being and abundance. Breakthroughs across disciplines. Consider material sciences, chemistry, biology, energy, and infrastructure, reimagined at scales previously unimaginable. Unified intelligence across knowledge domains, solving problems that might take humanity centuries in mere hours or days. Imagine civilization expanding into space, redirecting risk and excess energy to off-world environments, and using space as a heat sink to preserve Earth's stability. Exploration through embodied simulation, sending consciousness into avatars, rockets, robots, or other mediums to experience and interact with worlds directly from planetary surfaces to microscopic scales. These glimpses hint at extraordinary frontiers we will continue to explore in future episodes, opportunities that expand the imagination, redefine limits, and challenge how we shape civilization itself.